Happy Good Friday to all my friends out there. Ron back again. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Reality of God. It is Good Friday. It is March 29th, 2024. 2 days from Resurrection Sunday, aka Easter. I like calling it Resurrection Sunday. It is the day we celebrate Jesus' resurrection from the dead. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. And so I wanted to talk, this will be my video about the Shroud of Turin, which I've been announcing for the last couple weeks, and now I'm going to get to it. I figured tonight is an appropriate night. Tonight is the night that, of course, Jesus, well, today was the day that Jesus actually died on the cross 2,000 years ago. And so I thought it would be appropriate to talk about his death, the Shroud of Turin, and why I believe that the shroud is for real. And of course, there's proof of that. I have it with me. I actually have notes that I have taken down, and we're going to talk about it tonight. So get ready, get set, because it's going to be a wonderful night. So quick announcement before I start. I know I said before that I was going to strictly post videos on YouTube and are just on Rumble. So I have decided that I am going to do more biblical teaching on YouTube and Rumble possibly, but I'm going to talk more of the political side on my Rumble channel. So same thing, but I'm going to stick with posting some of my content here on YouTube, basically content where I know that hopefully I will not get censored. And so that is why I will stick with YouTube. That way I keep my faithful subscribers, even though I don't have many. But I'm also going to be posting on Facebook. I figured it is now time that I start posting on Facebook. I was kind of hesitating for a while. I have a lot of my friends, a lot of my family on there. But the important thing is I want to get the message out. I want to get the message of what God has planned for not only our nation, but for the world. Sticking with my Habakkuk 2:14 beliefs, also sticking with what Jesus said, I will build my church and the gates of hell will not prevail against it, sticking to my assignment to what God has planned for me, and sticking with occupy until he comes. So I'm going to stick with my narrative, stick with my plan. So that's the bottom line. So yes, this video will be posted on YouTube. So again, if you are on my Facebook channel or on my Facebook page, it's actually my Facebook page is Ron Farina. It's just my name. So if you want to go on there and go on my Facebook page, I got really nothing to hide. So go ahead on there and check it out. And my video will be on there too. So it's a wonderful thing. It's Happy Good Friday to all my friends, family out there who are watching right now. So anyways, and they can go back and look at all my videos. And now that everybody knows that I have a YouTube channel and I also have a Rumble channel, it's been a while since I've been doing this, but mainly for a reason. And I have a lot of kind of different beliefs. It's same beliefs as anybody else. I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross, rose again 3 days later. It is only through Jesus that we are saved and born again. So of course, I am completely, 1000% there. I'm all about salvation. I'm all about winning souls and bringing truth to the world, and that is what I want to do. So anyways, let's begin. We're going to talk about the Shroud of Turin. If you've never heard of this before, I'm going to put a picture up right now, and it is, of course, the shroud was a woven flax. It was made by a professional quality weaver, which was likely only to have been owned by a wealthy man. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So it is what is believed to be the cloth that Jesus was buried in. And it has been debated through the years and through the centuries and so forth that many have said it's just it's a 14th century painting, or it's a 13th century painting, or it's from the mid, it was possibly a knight who lost in battle, so forth. Nobody has ever really gotten and dug into the shroud and said this is the cloth that was covered by Jesus Christ. Why I believe it is the cloth. There's so much evidence of this to be here. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures. This is of course the face of Jesus. I believe it's Jesus in the Shroud of Turin. And as you can see, he's you can tell he has shoulder-length hair, a beard. You could tell he has had piercings in his head from the crown of thorns. You can see, like, it's kind of strange. You can see a little 3. It looks like a 3 on top, a little bit above his head there. Now, I don't know if that was by design, if that really was like a sign from God. I don't know. Some have said it is because, of course, we talk about 3. 3 is an important number, a biblical number in the Trinity, and it is 3 is used quite a bit. So that's kind of strange. You talk about Jonah. Jonah was in the whale for 3 days. Jesus was, I would say, in the depths of hell, and of course the Abraham's bosom for 3 days. While he died, of course, he had to go and preach and teach to the Old Testament saints in Abraham's bosom. We all know that. Now, speaking of which, I'm looking forward to next year, which will be the second installment of the Passion of the Christ, which will be the resurrection of the Christ. It's already being made. That is going to go into depth about the 3 days that Jesus was after his death to his resurrection. It's going to show him in Abraham's bosom, and it's going to show him in hell. I cannot wait to see this, because there's not been one movie ever made about this whole entire thing, and I'm looking forward to that. That is going to be it's going to be quite a movie. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be the start of what I believe is going to be the seven mountain mandate. One of the mountains being arts and entertainment. So, anyways, let's go back to the shroud and why I believe it is actually the true shroud. Why it is the true cloth of Jesus. So, scientists have looked into it. They have come to the conclusion, I should say, they've come and discovered that it was a quality weaver who made it, which was likely only to have been owned by a wealthy man, and they have mentioned Joseph of Arimathea. Now, if you don't know who Joseph of Arimathea is, it was actually his tomb that was given to Jesus after he died. So not only would it be, of this cloth being for a wealthy man, he used it to cover Jesus. Jesus, of course, was bloodied, and what I believe, he was so bloodied and so bad that you can actually see the piercings, and I will show you a full body here in a second. The full body of the shroud itself, and you can actually see the piercings in his wrists. He was pierced right there in his wrists. You can see that. You can see it through his hands. He says his hands covered like this, so you can actually see the blood that's from his wrist. You can see the piercing through his feet. Now, I don't know if this is a very good picture of the shroud and the full body picture itself, but you can actually see the piercings in the foot. You can see the blood. So, but they discovered that the flex fibers are traceable to the Eastern Mediterranean or Middle East. The stitching is identical to an artifact found at Masada in Israel, dated between 40 BC and AD 73. Pretty interesting. The cloth has been otherwise dated between 300 BC and 300 AD, which I find is quite a discovery from which they have seen. So, just very interesting stuff. And so scientists took chemical and biological testing, and they showed that it proves that there are blood stains on the shroud. Blood stains that are type AB and antigen group MNS. So I'm not sure I don't even know what blood types are, but they have discovered that this is true blood. This is blood that has been traced on the shroud. And moreover, there are no paint pigments of any kind on the shroud. So it's eliminating the possibility that the shroud is some sort of supremely clever artistic forgery. So I found that interesting of what they've said about the shroud. It bears an image of a grown male, 5'11" precisely, with shoulder-length hair and a beard. A man who had suffered a crucifixion in a Roman-style fashion, because that's how Romans, of course, crucified people. So what does this mean? And of course, this is why I do this channel. This is a channel to show God's reality, to show that there is proof that there was a man from Nazareth. He was born in Bethlehem. He came. He performed many miracles. He ministered. He had 12 followers. He had so much. He was perfect, the perfect lamb. He was full of so much love. I mean, imagine, say you were living in that time, you see Jesus, you're like, there's no person on earth who's like this. There's no person on earth who can show this much compassion and so much love to anyone. And that's what he did. Jesus was completely, he was perfect. And he had nothing wrong with him, period. And he was crucified. He was pierced. He was bloodied. He was spit on. He had his beard pulled. He was mocked, and he was maimed, and he just was hit and punched and beaten. He was beaten. He was flogged 39 times. It had to have been the most horrific crucifixion you could ever imagine. And so when you think about Good Friday, you think about this time, you think about the suffering that Jesus went through. He did it because he loved us. And he did it because he had to save humanity. He had to save humanity. He cannot have just people going to hell. It's because of his piercings, because he died on the cross, that we are able to be saved, and we were able to stay away from hell. We were able to, follow him and not have to, go there. Hell's a real place, folks. Hell's a real place. Jesus talks about it many times. I think he talked more about hell than anything, because I think he's just telling people, hey, you don't want to go there. Sinners say, oh, I want to go to hell. That's where all the party's going on. That's where all the happiness is going on. Nope. Far from it. No, you are tortured, and you are away from God. You don't have God. And a lot of people say, well, hell is on earth. I mean, we're going through hell right now. But no, God is still here. God is still, his Holy Spirit is still here. If it wasn't for God, we would be, everybody would be dead. I mean, we have life because of God. We have life because of Jesus Christ. So it's just amazing what to think about these the things. And when you look at the shroud, you look at the image itself. I mean, it's like, it's there. It's a miracle. And I believe we're entering a time right now, a time of revelation, a time of revealing the truth about God, about Jesus Christ, about the Bible. We're revealing, that's what revelation is revealing Jesus Christ. And so many people don't know these things. You know, they look at religion and they think, you know, it's just, no, religion is man-made. It's just all, when people say I'm religious, you know, I always say I say I'm in a relationship with Jesus. I don't say I'm religious. I just say I'm in a relationship with Jesus Christ. I have a personal relationship with him. And it's because he died on the cross that he was able to, we were able to have that. You know, it's fascinating. But I think we're entering a time now where I think there's going to be more revelation. There's going to be more truth being brought out. And there's going to be more things that even that religion and corruption is going to be exposed. We're entering that time. We're in it right now. We're seeing it. We're seeing corruption and everything being exposed right now. And so, folks, there's a powerful thing coming, and God is telling us. He's telling us through the prophets. And he doesn't reveal his secrets until he reveals it to his prophets. That's in Amos 3. So you have to really see, you know, what God is doing. And I've been searching for this my whole life. I've been searching, you know, the reality, his reality. And I found it. I have totally found God's reality. I found it, you know, 15 years ago. Just feeling his arms come around me and giving me that embrace I've never felt in my life. You know, I've grown up in church my whole life. I knew Jesus. I mean, goodness gracious, I got baptized when I was 8. I was in Royal Rangers. I did, you know, youth groups. I did, you know, things like that. I went to camps, Bible camps, and I really never had that revelation until 15 years ago. I never really had it. I knew he was real, but then I was scared my whole life because I've been hearing it my whole life, the rapture's coming. And I would walk out of my room at 9, 10 years old and not find any of my family anywhere. You know, I was like Kevin from Home Alone, like, Mom, Dad, where are you? You know, that's what I was like. And I was scared. I was just scared. I was scared I was never going to really know him until he showed himself to me, or he poured himself out to me. That's what he did. And I'm telling you, it was just, it's something I will never forget. It's something that I will never forget, his arms just coming around me. And not only that, but it happened again 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years ago, I was at the end of my rope. I was like, God, I am completely and utterly lost. So all these, you know, these tragic things are happening in my life, but he said, he just comforted me, and I wept and I wept and I wept and I cried. And so, you know, he just comforts you in that time of struggle and a time of trouble, and it was just like his embrace comes around you because he loves us so much. This is who God is. God is love. He is nothing but love. And yes, and he judges the wicked. But he has to show that, you know, he loves us so much. He wants you to have time to repent. He wants you to repent. He wants you to you know, let him embrace it. Invite him into your life. Invite him to give you that embrace. And that's the whole point of this channel. The whole point of this channel is to show who God truly is. Because he's love, he's merciful. And if you just read the Bible, you read the scriptures, you'll know who God truly is. And that's why I wanted to do this video tonight. I wanted to do something about him and his plans. I mean, we're living in such exciting times right now. We're going to experience, God's glory. We're going to experience revival. We're going to experience amazing things. We're going to experience that glorious church of Ephesians 5:27, in which is mentioned. We're going to experience that because we need to embrace him and draw closer to him, and not live sinful. And you got to live righteously. And yes, we slip up, but that's what you live, a repentant life. You live a life to, you live with the fear of God. And that's what I think a lot of things have lost. Nobody really has a fear of God anymore. So that is my channel. That's the whole point of my channel. Sorry, it's Friday night. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know through my heart who God truly is and what he did and what his son did for us, what Jesus did for us, is that, and you see it through this shroud, you see it through his piercings, the blood and everything. I truly, truly believe, and when it comes to the Shroud of Turin, I truly, truly believe this is Jesus. And if you look really close, this is who he looks like. Now I'm going to show you another picture real quick of a painting that was done by a little girl who visited Jesus. And this is, a lot of people have said that this portrays who Jesus really looks like. And so, and it's actually on my channel. It's actually the picture I use for my channel. So, as you can see, I'm kind of comparing it with the Shroud. It's kind of like, it's a little bit of a similarity going on here. I really truly believe this is Jesus's shroud. This is when he was put in the tomb and he was covered with the shroud. And I truly believe it is a gift from God that we get to see this and wonderful. And another thing is, I want to talk about the tomb. The tomb is very, very precious place. It's in Jerusalem. And so, and from what I heard, from what Kat Kerr has said, she has said that there's been, there's still angels who were there when the tomb was opened. And Jesus, of course, rose again on the third day, triumphantly, conquering hell, conquering death, conquering and saving us from damnation. That's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful news. It's good news. It's the gospel. This is not a doom and gloom channel. This is the good news channel, because this is God's glory coming. And I cannot wait to see God pour out his Spirit upon all of the earth. I can't wait to see the church that is meant to be the church without spot or wrinkle, without blemish. It will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. We are to live, we are to rise and shine, as it says in Isaiah 60. We're to rise and shine, for your day come. I'm telling you guys, this is just, it's so wonderful. And I look forward to building this channel a little bit. And I know I'll do a video like every week, or at least I'm going to try. So God bless all of you. I want everyone to have a wonderful and happy Easter. I want everyone to have a wonderful and happy Passover that's coming in April. A lot of exciting things coming. Of course, the solar eclipse in April 8th. Again, nothing to fear, because God is in control. God is with us. And when he's with us, who could be against us? Anyways, that's going to be my video for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. Let's build this channel. Get the message out, because this is good news. This is good news, not doom and gloom. It is time for us to rise and shine, and time for us to be the salt of the earth and to be the light of the world. Thank you so much. We'll see you again in the next video. God bless all of you. Bye for now.